another video for um I played this I played Magic the Gathering when I was IRL. I played Magic the Gathering when I was local, but I've never played the online version. So I tried it out and played for a few minutes. I think it's a great game from what I'm concerned, from my concern, and the graphics are pretty good. Although there is a bit of unfair properties in this game. For example, sometimes when you try and get cards, or when you are trying to shuffle the deck, it doesn't actually do it that well. And sometimes it's really unfair when you get like all land cards, or when you get like 5 land cards in a row, when you only have like 10 or 20 or 15 land cards, which basically ruins your whole strategy. This season, I think they ended the past season today morning or something, and then we are playing like the next season today. I don't think they added Battle Pass, which I am not a fan of, but I think they should just use like the normal like leveling up system instead of the Battle Pass system, since everyone's using it. We should just change it, switch it back to the original system. Today we're gonna play some. I think we would, for those who don't know what Magic the Gathering is, I would play through a tutorial to give you like the standard, what is this game and how does it work, and after you like kind of understand what is
Good to see you again.
What is Magic the Gathering, the real card game is, and then I'll explain and then I'll play through a few games for the people who actually knows and for the people who just learned it. So basically, Magic the Gathering is kind of like Pokemon cards, but instead of just collections and really fast gameplay, the gameplay is way slower. You could potentially get a game for 2 people for like 30 minutes to an hour, because while yes, there's like the potential with Pokemon where it's like you get all the great cards and then you attack and then the other guy just basically is dead. There is the potential that each player have the same kind of valued cards, and everybody have cards that can counter stuff. So when there might be a game where you play a card, the other person just immediately counters whatever you play. So there will be like an empty battlefield for like 10 or 20 minutes potentially in one game. It's just kind of like slower paced version of Pokemon, and then you can also build your own deck over here. You can build your own deck. There's pre-built deck. I suggest for the people who have never played this game before, play the pre-built deck first, because they are very easy to learn, and you can learn all the gameplay first with these decks, and then you can just build decks like this one. I build a blue, red, green deck. Well, there are some key elements with the game. Is
Good to see you again.
let me just go for a play with bot. So if I go bot match with like the most basic deck they give us, so you will see this after the animation you will get 7 at the start of your play. You get 7 cards at the start of your play. These cards are the mana cards. These cards are the basic cards that you have to play before you attack or you do certain kind of moves. You have to have these cards. And these other cards are the cards that are dependent on them, so you have to get more of these. At the start of the game, you can either keep the 7 cards you already have, or you can reshuffle, or as whatever this word is, you can shuffle, and then discard 1 card to your graveyard, or to discard 1 card to your library, and then you get 6 cards to start with, but it will be good for you with more cards. I only have 2 mana here. But what's the good thing about this deck is I have more like low cost creatures compared to all the other decks. So
I'm ready to play.
You have to really dependent on what you have in your deck instead of what is what you have, the more mana, the better. So
Hey!
every turn you play one card. Every turn you play one card. You can play only one mana card every turn. So, for example, I have 2 cards now. I can't play this one because I already played 1 forest card. And then there's different colors of manas. There'll be green, blue, black, red, and white. They have different names. This one, the green one's called forest. The blue one's called island. The black one is called swamp. Let me just turn the wait, actually, let me just. Can I mute him? Yeah, can mute. So, the black one is swamp, the blue one is island, the green one is the forest, the red one is the mountain, and the white one is called plain. So, every card has its requirements of colors, or it does not have the requirements of colors. So, the gray one that the cards now have is whatever mana you want. Or there's artifacts that you might get that gives you the gray mana. So we'll talk about that later. And then the green one is the required one. So you have to have a green mana or forest to play this card. If you have 2 mountains, you cannot play this card. So I now have 1 forest and then another forest with the requirements. So I can play this card, and it's in the battlefield, and it cannot attack the first round because there's a thing called summoning sickness. There's a thing called summoning sickness that every first round that you place it, it cannot attack basically. So, and then there are these. These are sorcery cards, or this one is called instant. Well, the difference between them is the sorcery cards can only play at your turn. And for example, this one, the instant card can be played at the opponent's turn. So, for example, if they play like very strong card and they're attacking, you can play this card and give your own creature or a buff or debuff the other creature, like that. So, in this one, you have to evaluate the situation. He has now a 2/2 creature, which means the first number means the attack, and the next number means defense. And I also have a 2/2 creature, means I have 2 attacks and 2 defense. So if I were to attack and he were to block, we would both die. But now I have a sorcery card that says that if I would use my creature and attack the other one, I wouldn't lose my life since it uses my power as a damage source. So I don't tap it, and I don't use this card as an attacking source. I use this card as a sorcery source, so that it doesn't lose life. It just basically deals 2 damage. That's different from attacking and deals 2 damage, because if you're attacking, they have the option to block, but if you're using a sorcery, they don't have the option to block. Like this, I would use target creature you control. This is the creature I control, and then I would have to tap the creature that they control. And then I would deal 2 damage, and then they would die, and then I will be fine. I can also play a land this turn, since I forgot to play a land. And then I will be able to attack. And this is instant, so it will ask you every time when you are attacking or doing stuff. You can just press the spacebar if you're in the game, or you can just don't play it in IRL. Then we will attack. But there are different. But there will be different options of gameplay in IRL. We would have like different rules. And a lot of creatures, after they attack, they will be tapped or they will be used. So you can't use them for blocking next turn. But this creature have a specific thing that they could use is they have different magic. Let's just say that they have different magic because it's Magic the Gathering. But they have different magic that they can use to defend from certain situations. For example, this guy has vigilance, which means that every time it attacks or it blocks, it doesn't actually tap it, or it doesn't actually say, I use this thing. So this one, I can still block with this creature, basically. And then it will be the other guy's turn. We all have 20 life. We can go above. So you can see, I can actually play this card now, but I'm not going to. Since they don't have they can attack. And then this one is the special land. So this land enters the battlefield tab, which means that you cannot use the land for this round. You can use this land for the other round, but it gives you 1 life. So you can actually go above the 20 initial lives, which means that if I play this, I get 21 life instead of 20. So if I play this, I will gain 1 life. And then I will still have the option to play these 3 cards. If I play 1 again, it would have, so now there's more magic in here. So as you can see, there is one thing called the hexproof. The hexproof is basically a player opponent with hexproof cannot be affected by spells. So the other, for example, if they want to destroy this creature, and I don't want this creature to die, I would activate its ability to get this thing. So how do you activate the ability? So you pay 1 mana to remove the +1/+1 counter, which is basically adding 1 attack and 1 defense to the troll, and the troll will gain this power by the end of the turn. But I don't want to do that because they now don't have a spell. So I will just attack with my thing. But if I attack with it, they will possibly block. So if they block, both of us die. But I have an instant and 1 land. So I could use the instant to save my creature. So let me see if they would block. Will they block? Yes, they would block. So now it's blocked. I was supposed to die, but it is now. It will gain 3 attacks and 3 defense, and that their creature would die. And then their creature will go to the graveyard. This is the basic method of the. And then now it's my turn. I now have this Highland thing that I can use to play more. And then because and now there's a problem because if I attack with this one, he could block with this and my creature would die. But if I attack with this one, they would block and this creature also dies. So I would have to evaluate which one to attack, or do I attack at all? Because since if I attack and they block, both of us die. So I would evaluate which one is more important in this case. So I do not attack these since both are important. I would rather not attack at this phase because if I were to attack with my any of my creatures now would die. So I would rather have him attack me and then I block it with my own, so that they lose the ability of using another creature to block. So I would say no attack. They would play another card. They would play another card. They would attack me, and the attackers always targets the player, or if you have a legendary planeswalker, which is a special card that you can use. I can block this one. So because I have 3 attack over here, I have 2 attack over here. So if I block with this one, I could save this 3 attack for later. I'll block. Okay, so this one is a spell. So target block creature gets +2/+2. So he would destroy me and he'll be fine. But and then so that's what I have, what I didn't foresee, basically. And now I am able to attack again with my other ones. So for example, if I attack with both, this is also an instant, so it would block the smaller one. I would use my instant to give this one a plus. So therefore, it needs my creature. So if I block with, so now he attacks me, but his attack and both attack and health is above me. So it would do nothing except from saving me a few lives to block him. So I would rather no block. Attack me, I would still be a little bit above his life, and then he would go down. He would go to the middle by this time. and then I would not use his ability because he did not target me with a spell. Then I would attack with all I have, basically. Now he blocks with this one. I have nothing to do, so I just go next. Unless he uses spell, I'll resolve. He's gained 5 life because this guy now has lifelink, and lifelink is an ability where if I damage you, I would gain the exact same amount of life. And now it's my turn. And you can activate ability at any time, by the way. So, for example, this one has the ability to become proof to all the spells, but since the other guy didn't have any spells, it wouldn't work for me. I would choose to not attack since I have no blockers and I would have less life than him. And now I am able to put out this been planning on for a long time. Can I mute this guy? Oh, I have to mute this guy. I would attack with both of them because now in that way I would waste both of their creatures. This one also gains trample, which means that it can attack the creature. So what trample means is trample means that if I attack a person, they block with the creature, and the creature dies. I'm still able to use my leftover attacks to attack the player. Attack Saul. I would deal him 6 damage.
That's going to leave a mark.
Because now we have no defenders, I have all the defenders, and then I will all attack. And then basically I win the game by playing it like this.